Yes, good evening and welcome to my life. Um, yes, so I'll be looking at South Africa and the state of undocumented foreigners in South Africa. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on tonight. But I'm going to be looking at it from the point of view of the law, since I'm studying the law of South Africa. And yeah, so actually used to writing. So I wrote, I'm gonna call it a paper. It's a paper, and from there, this paper of mine, it's gonna talk about the state of undocumented foreigners in South Africa. Many things happen, and a lot of us are quiet. One of those people that does not really care about what is happening, but seeing what has been happening in recent days here in South Africa, as a patriotic South African and someone who does not have another home besides South Africa, I am also going to add my views on what is happening. So looking at, where do I start? So since we are South Africans, and we are aware of South Africa being part of the international community, not just African community, but the international community, South Africa being all over internationally. All people are welcome in South Africa, but undocumented foreigners is another story now. In any country of the world, for one to enter, they have to produce documents. Let me just refer to them as documents. What we've been seeing on the television, this very scary scenes, people there in KZN, people that were being referred to as people from Malawi. So many people. Where are those people coming from? Yeah. Those were big numbers, eh? And yesterday as well, we saw a lot of people. I don't know where the undocumented foreigners are being placed. I don't even follow the news that much. I just check out my thingies here on the internet. The internet is everything. And worst part is that no one is being held accountable for this mess. This is a mess. And no one is being held accountable. Okay, so the issue of immigration, I don't know how we got to these big numbers that we are seeing on the TV, where else there's Border Management Authority and the South African National Defence Force that are deployed to secure the borders. What are they securing exactly when there are so many people that are coming?
Uncle?
Yes.
Just asked for one.
Okay, I'll be with you now. No, sharp. So when we have the South African National Defence Force and the Border Management Authority, how did all these people enter South Africa? How did so many people enter South Africa when we have people that are guarding the borders? This is something else. Where the videos that we've been seeing, how did they enter? People are being paid to guard the borders, but it seems as if no one is there. It seems as if everybody's coming in and going out as they please. Here's South Africa. What is going on? So one of the reasons is administrative corruption at the Department of Home Affairs and the ports of entry. That's where the problem is. The officials there are taking money to give people valid visas, permits, identity documents, enabling them to enter the country. Right. So that's one of the problem. I don't know. People will say that those people are not paid enough. That is why they end up taking money from the people that want to enter South Africa, and these people now end up being in South Africa unlawfully. Right. Another thing is, if people from other countries say South Africa is better, there are a lot of countries that are better than South Africa. But as South Africans, we don't pack our bags and go to those countries and enter illegally. We don't go to the US and you find South Africans in the US running big markets in that country, and they entered illegally. They did everything illegally. They are continuing to do things illegally, and it's a group of South Africans. Like here in South Africa, that's what we are seeing. We have a lot of nations, right? Like I said, I don't want to be political about this. Just want to look at it from the side of the law. And our government, again, taking out the 600 million from the police. They're saying they're trying to prevent the July unrest repeating. Okay, no problem. That is good. That is good. But why didn't they take it out before all this was happening? Why didn't they take it out to see to it that now they are going to foreign stores, they are doing this and that? Why didn't they do that before? Why did they wait until people started marching and doing all these things? Another thing is, I don't know, us here in South Africa, our current government are the people that were oppressed by apartheid. Ne? So what I've noticed is that here in South Africa, when you listen, when you follow the law, when you do things right, they don't take you serious. They want you to do what we used to do during the apartheid times and force things to happen. When you force things to happen, that's when they react. That's when they react. You see? So let's look at in other countries like Botswana and Lesotho. They have checkpoints in those countries. They have checkpoints and they are checking for IDs. They are checking for passports in their countries. We don't have such things here in South Africa. We don't have such things. You hardly come across a roadblock. Hardly come across a roadblock. You come across a traffic officer checking your license. A country of so many people, South Africa. So here's one thing again that I don't like with undocumented foreigners is that they use South Africa as a cash cow. Nothing of them being in South Africa helps develop our country. They come in, they acquire documents, illegally. So they pay bribes, they do what, they enter the country. After they enter the country, look at what they do. They milk South Africa. They corrupt our officials. They corrupt our people with money. They do illegal activities. After milking South Africa, they go out. Look at the borders every holidays, Easter holidays, the current June holidays, the September holidays, December. Look at our borders and what is happening in our borders. These are people that just come to South Africa to take and take and take. They don't help build South Africa. They don't help develop our country. And one thing about the undocumented foreigners is that when whatever it is that they are coming here for, when it is finished, us, the South Africans, they are going to leave us here with a broken country. With a broken country, they will be leaving us here and going back to their countries because they have love for their own countries. They don't do the things they are doing in South Africa in their own countries. They are taking from South Africa to go and build their own homes. Us here, South Africans, we give in to whatever it is they are giving us. They do say that we South Africans love money, but we don't want to work. That's what they say. That's what they say to us. You understand? That's one thing. So since I said I'm going to look at this from the point of view of the law in South Africa. So the Immigration Act 13 of 2022, the definition of a foreigner, it says anyone who enters or stays in South Africa without a valid visa or permit. Anyone who enters or stays in South Africa without a valid visa or permit is legally an illegal foreigner. The law states that they must leave the country immediately unless they receive special permission to stay in the country. Right? And then we go to powers of arrest. The immigration officers can arrest undocumented person without a warrant. That's what the law says. Deportation and costs. They should be deported. Criminal charges and fines. Being undocumented in South Africa is a criminal offense, not just an administrative error. South Africa, let's look at the videos that we've been seeing on our screens, on our televisions, on our phones. You know, I'll get to that. We are not saying we don't want people, foreigners coming into South Africa. We are foreigners in America. We are foreigners in England. We are foreigners in China. But we are going to those countries with documents. We are going to those countries legally. So look at the videos, just any video that comes to your head at the moment of those many people that it is said that they are illegal in South Africa. Those people are committing criminal offenses in South Africa. They are breaking the law. Look at those many people breaking the law in South Africa. What have we been doing? Well, the National Defense Force, they're saying they are guarding the border. Border Management Authority saying they are guarding. What is it exactly that they are guarding those people? Our laws are being broken. With us looking, we even forgot that people have to be in our country with legal documents. Look at, since I'm in the Free State and in Kwakwa, I'll make an example for you with a place such as there by BP Garage there in Putirichau. There's a store that opened there in Naledi Mall. there by Freedom Square. Look at how comfortable foreigners are just here in South Africa. I've been to Joburg. I've been to downtown Joburg. I was taken there by one of my cousins. This one I don't even really like talking about. I felt like a foreigner in South Africa. There by Bree, there by Park Station, where every corner that you go, they ask you, do you want to buy? Do you want to buy? They are not even, I've been there. I've seen that. Look at how comfortable these guys are. They're driving big cars. Big legend, kind of what are they called? Not good with cars. They're driving those big cars. Those are the cars they stock with. As South Africans, we are here in South Africa. We are complaining that we don't have employment. We don't have this. We don't have that. We went and studied. We did this. We did that. But nothing is happening. But these guys, they come in. And when they get to South Africa, those places that I mentioned, you just ask yourself, how did these guys end up like this? It is because we are law-abiding citizens in South Africa. We respect the law of South Africa. It is our home. We don't want to mess our home. They come in, and when they come in, they don't care about anything. They bribe, they sell this, they sell fake, they sell counterfeits, they do this, they do that, and they get the cash. And it seems as if us now, it will also look at us this thing that what are we as South Africans doing when we see all these things happening? Right? What is it that we are doing as South Africans when we see all these things happening? Because these things are happening in our communities. I was speaking with one guy today who was telling me that he's coming from, I think, West Africa there. He's telling me that he has a family here, he has a wife here. Listen, I'm saying, okay, no, it is okay. I'm not against foreigners being in South Africa. He was saying that since we have chiefs and kings in our communities, why can't they know how many foreigners are in South Africa? No, in our communities, not in South Africa in general. So why don't they know how many people are in our communities? No, that is good. But they will get to know when those people are here legally. Like he was saying that he has a wife, he doesn't bother anyone. It is okay. I understand. But you need to be here legally. That's all that people are asking for. So let's look at the right to legal entry. Foreign nationals must enter through official ports of entry, hold a valid passport, and possess an authorized temporary visa such as work, study, business, or tourist, or a permanent residence when they come here in South Africa. The people that we see in our country now, do they fall in this bracket? Do they have work permits, study, business, tourist? Where do they fall? Even if the thing is, the regulations were, even if the regulations were lessened for certain nations to come into South Africa, there's no rule that says coming to South Africa, you do not need to have documentation. Whether South Africa has diplomatic agreements with whatever nation, but you need to come here for a purpose, whether you're coming to work in South Africa, whether you're coming to South Africa to study, to operate business. It is fine to operate business. Business is investment here in South Africa. It is investment here in South Africa. To come as a tourist here in South Africa. Right? So, Uh, Here's another thing. It is legally impossible to change a visitor's visa into a work or business visa from within South Africa. I was talking to somebody saying people from Botswana, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Mozambique, Namibia, you guys are welcome. Eswatini, you guys are welcome in South Africa. You have a certain period you have to be in South Africa for. If it is 90 days, it is 90 days. If it is 200 days, it is two. If it is 365 days, it is okay. You are here. You are welcome here. But remember that you have to go back to the border post to go and renew and add more days to your documents. It's that simple. And then you are welcome here. Whatever reason that brought you here, you are welcome to be here. But now, it is impossible to change visitor's visa into a work visa while you're in South Africa. You have to go back home. Any change of status must be applied for outside the country's borders. You have to go back home. We are not restricting you from being in South Africa. You are welcome here. We want you here. We are very friendly people. But come with documents. This is going somewhere. I'm going to show you again the dangers of people being in our country without documents. Nobody's saying foreigners are not welcome here. I'll still continue. And then the constitutional right for everyone. The Bill of Rights in South Africa, in South African Constitution, applies to everyone physically present in their country's borders, not just citizens. All foreign nationals, regardless of their documentation status, have the right to human dignity, life, equality before the law, and fair administrative treatment. They cannot be detained arbitrarily or penalized without a proper lawful conduct process. We don't do that. We do not do that. We follow the Bill of Rights. We do not do that here. We do not do that to the point that everybody came in saying, let us go into, and then they ended up going to get other people saying, no, don't worry, that side, they don't even care. You see? And then special protection for refugees. Here's another thing. The statutory framework protects individuals who have fled their home countries due to political persecution, war, systematic violence. When we speak of refugees, refugees are those, what's this country next to Russia? Oh, where am I forgetting? Ukraine. The Ukrainians are fleeing from war, right? They are going to US. They are welcome. They are going to Poland. They are going to Spain. They are going to England. They are welcome there. They are fleeing from wars, right? That we understand. Here in South Africa, people are saying, there's no war in Zimbabwe. There's no war in Zimbabwe. Things are good there in Zimbabwe. They are the way they are supposed to be for that time. Just like they are here in South Africa, the way they are. For us South Africans, we cannot force them to be faster and better like maybe they want in their own countries. The people of Lesotho, under the monarch, the people of Eswatini, under the monarch as well, they decide to be people of those countries and decide to live under those conditions. Why do you want to be a citizen of that country and have love for that country? But that's your home. Why do you want to have love for your home but don't want to be in your home? Don't want to be in your home. How is it that you say you love your home? Right? So, people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Ethiopia, Congo, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho. Are they refugees? Are there wars there? Are they fleeing from wars and political persecution? I'm not sure about that. I know that Ethiopia and Eritrea had Tigray or something. They had, I think it was Ethiopia and Eritrea that were attacking some other guys that wanted their independence or something like that. But it was them who were having the upper hand, and they won that to show that they are not being fought for them to even end up fleeing their countries. They say, what's this? If they are fleeing, why are they leaving their females there and them coming here? That's another point of refugees. So there's also diplomatic and standards. Since South Africa welcomes visitors from across the globe, however, we must align ourselves with international standards. Compliance with immigration laws and legal documentation is strictly required all over the world. There are people in Zimbabwe who are coming from South Africa who have been to trials for entering Zimbabwe illegally. Here in Zimbabwe, they are trial there in Zimbabwe for entering Zimbabwe illegally. That's what is happening. When we go to our neighbors, when we go to their homes, we have to follow their rules. And we do follow their rules. We do follow their rules. But when they come to our home, it's a different story. It's a different story. So that's another thing. Let me continue. I've already spoken of it's an international standard and a diplomatic standard for compliance with immigration laws and legal documentation, to have legal documentation. Since I'm saying other countries have rules, let's look at what other countries do globally to tackle internal immigration, right? They have mandatory national ID and real-time verification. So they have identification. Since we have, what's this? Smart cards. And now they are saying we are going to be using fingers and there are those, I don't know if it is, this like your Dominican Republic or something. We see them on Facebook, on TikTok, where they go around chasing, it's Dominican Republic and what are their neighbors? I don't remember. Where they go around calling people Moreno. I don't even know what Moreno means. But I think Moreno means an illegal person. Moreno. We see that all the time. Moreno. You've seen those videos. So in other countries, when you are requested to produce your ID, you have to produce your documentation. Okay. Internal checkpoints. I've heard people saying when you go to Botswana, every 20 kilometers, checkpoint, police and military people, they are there. They want documentation from those of Botswana and those that are coming from outside. You need to show that you are in the country legally. Checkpoints. In Lesotho, there are checkpoints. checkpoints. In Europe, in European countries, there are checkpoints. Checkpoints. They check. Checkpoints. Why is it that other people are doing these things and we are not? Why are we not doing these things as well? Checkpoints. Every 20 kilometer checkpoint. Yeah? Here's one thing, the danger. You know where the danger is. Here's the danger of people coming into our country undocumented. We have counterfeit syndicates that run factories and employ people to produce counterfeits here in South Africa. We have people that enter the country and manufacture substances that are illegal here in the country. We have criminal syndicates. We have Bulgarian, Israeli. We have your Redovan Krechas running criminal syndicates in South Africa. They came in illegally into this country. They stayed, and because they are not here to develop South Africa, they continued with their ways, their illegal ways here in South Africa. We have again the livestock theft syndicates in the Free State, Lesotho border. They say the Drakensberg Mountains are guarded by the military. I don't know where those guys that terrorize South Africans and steal their livestock, where they pass there by those mountains. They come into South Africa. I saw one video one time where they came in, these guys, to steal goats. I think it was goats or sheep. In a kraal there. There was a camera. I'm talking about 20 people. They come in within seconds, within a minute, all your livestock is gone. It is gone. They are very fast. They take from this side. They milk South Africa. South Africa is a milk cow. And they go home to live comfortably home and follow the laws of home, follow the rules of home, abide by the laws of home. We are the fools here in South Africa. I want to come to us South Africans. Let's look at somebody like the Mozambican national Ananias Marti. He also terrorized South Africa. He also terrorized South Africans, and to show that he never really cared and did not see South Africa with anything. He was taken there to Kokstad, there by the home of Thabo Bester and Ket Matlala there. Even when he was there, still wanted to go out. Does not see us with anything. Whatever we do to him, he does not care. You understand? So when it comes to people that are coming outside of South Africa and coming into South Africa, undocumented, as South Africans, we do not have anything to benefit. It is only dangers. It is only dangers. So this is something that I wrote as a conclusion to whatever the news that I was saying. I said, foreign nationals cannot be expected to fight on behalf of South Africa during a conflict. As their consistent holiday travel confirms that their primary allegiance and long-term commitment remains with their home countries. It goes back to that point that when they say they are running, they are refugees, they are running from. There's a professor of mine last year who, not forgetting to respect and all that, but I did put out some of these points saying If we're saying those people are undocumented because they left home in a hurry, being chased away, how is it that when come holidays they go back home? So the war stops during December holidays. They go back home. They take everything. We see there by Beit Bridge. We see there by the border entering into Maseru. There, we see how many people, how happy they are to go back home. So let us look at ourselves then, South Africans. Are we dumb? Are we dumb to go to America and follow the rules there in America? There's that guy there in America, I don't know his name, with dreadlocks. He's here on TikTok. He drives those big... okay, he says his car is not a van. This is not a van. This is a truck. Those big, it's a black one. He's the guy that said the American money. He said, this money ilwe. He tells you that when you get to America, working, he works. He's there legally. He's there legally in South Africa, in America. He works there. He has achieved whatever that is. He has achieved legally. So there's that other lady here. I follow those people who is in the U.S. military. Is even in the U.S. military. United States is benefiting from that person. It is benefiting from that person. What about us here? Long-term commitment remains with their home countries. Again, I'm somebody that considers myself an internationalist. I'm an internationalist. I'm not restricted to the borders of South Africa. I'm here for now, but I'm somebody who has visions of traveling the world. I will not want to travel the world and go to China without documents. I don't know about you guys. If you are intending on going to China without documents. You see? So, I have a lot of foreign friends. The guy that I say we were talking during the day were from West Africa. First, we spoke of, he told me of his country. And then I told him, no, I have a couple of friends by your neighbor there. Maybe he didn't hear me exactly what I was saying. Said, no, I have people that I know from that side. I have a lot of friends from all over the world. One guy came, he spoke the language. He called the guy Patrao, right? And then I said to him, so you fala Portuguese? He said, no, I do speak Portuguese, but in my country, we speak French. That's when he was like, oh, so you... I said, I told you that I have friends by your neighbor there. I have your friends by your neighbor there. So I'm not somebody that is restricted to the borders of South Africa and does not understand that at some point you'll also have to go to other countries for whatever reason. Have a lot of South African people in Qatar, in cruise ships who are traveling the whole world. Where else? Where can I think of? In America. In America, they will be calling me here. Somebody will be telling me, when it's night here. So I wanted to check how you doing, my man. All these people that I'm talking about, they're in those countries legally. Everybody is welcome to come to South Africa. You are welcome to come to South Africa to come and invest, to come and develop South Africa. South Africa is our home. South Africa is my home. I love South Africa. I put the flag of South Africa in everything. Again, I always say to South Africans, you see this thing of yours of white, Indian, black, coloreds. You see this, let me call it nonsense. You see this nonsense of yours here inside the borders of South Africa. You look down on each other. There are whites, there are Afrikaners, there are English. Wait till you go outside the borders of South Africa. You will see how happy you are to meet an Indian South African. Then you will see that this guy and myself, we come from the same home. This is my brother, not my brother from another mother in Cameroon. No, this Afrikaner guy, this is the brother of my brother, my mother's child, this one. But you see, when we are here in South Africa, this division of us, maybe other people haven't been outside of it is so much joy to meet South African people. Other South Africans are alone in Spain, by yourself in Spain. You got a job, you're a teacher, you're in Spain. You got a job, you're a teacher, you're in Kuwait. You are alone. No, there are other people, they speak a different language. They don't know who Jacob Zuma is. They don't know who Cyril Ramaphosa. They don't know Julius Malema. This is our home. We don't have any other home. This is one other thing that the Afrikaners like saying, that the English had a South African passport and an English passport. So when things did not go right here in South Africa, they could go back. But they are saying they are South Africans because they only have the South African passport. They don't have a passport of Netherlands. So this is the only home they have. It is like that for all of us. If we are here in South Africa and we say this is our home, we need to take care of our home. We need to take care of our home. Elections are coming. And when they are coming, I don't know if the current government is going to stay or the people of South Africa are going to remove it. I always thought that the people of South Africa don't really care. They just go to elections for vibes. But I noticed with this ones of 2024, when the ruling party got 40%, that's when I said, South Africans are tired. They are tired. They are tired, and it is showing. And again, as South Africans, as this is our home, if you were listening to me from the beginning, I said, I love my country. I'm looking at, I'm not waiting for anyone to come and help me. Nope, not me. Nope, not me. The only person I'm waiting for is Jesus Christ. From there, everything else, South Africa has everything that one needs to better their life. Everything. I'm in a place considered as a rural place now because I'm pursuing something in which I feel if I was in the big cities, this wasn't gonna go the way that I'm doing as I'm now in the rural areas. But the big plan is to go to Cape Town, to your I've had not Bloemfontein. I've lived Bloemfontein 6 years. I'm okay with Bloemfontein. Bloemfontein is a rural place as well. I'm looking to go to Joburg. I'm looking to go to Joburg and Cape Town and Stellenbosch. Anywhere in South Africa where there's big things happening. But I'm still fixing certain things. I've fixed others. Those that I've worked on, those that South Africa has given me, they are the ones that are helping me work on something else that I feel will be better for myself going forward. I once fought with an an Argentinian guy. I was here in the Free State. I was in Garib there. This guy is from Argentina, and he did really, he did some nasty things towards me. This guy, it was my first time there. This guy thought whatever the nasty thing that he's doing, I'll just allow it to happen. I said, this is South Africa. This is my home. When I am inside the borders of this country, I am at home. I can go anywhere I want. I can do whatever I want. I can live whenever I want. I know that when I'm here, when I go to the left, I'm going to Cape Town. When I go to the right, I'm going to Johannesburg. Whichever one I take, I know where I'm going. So that's when this love for South Africa was growing. It was growing. But towards foreign people, I'm not any some type of way. No, I'm not. And we should not as well be some type of way. We should be friendly to people, but we should remind them that being here with us, you are welcome, but please have documents. And let us remember this. All people are welcome in South Africa, but undocumented foreigners are not welcome in South Africa. In any country of the world, you must produce documents. You must produce documents. Such scary scenes that we see on the television, and there's no one to be held accountable for the mess. We are the South Africans that have to be held accountable for all these people coming into South Africa and doing as they please. We are the ones to blame, and we are the ones, South Africa, to fix the mess. These are my views. And I hope I did not offend anyone. If I did, and it was with the truth, I'm going to do it again. Not used to, but if I did, and I'm going to do it again. So have a beautiful night, everybody. I'm going to post this video here on my channel. I also saw that there by the courts, Kat Matala there, and the brilliant lawyer, that lady, they wanted him, as he's becoming the state witness, to get 8 years, and they were saying he has already served 1 year and it will be like 7, and in 3 years time he will get parole. But the courts rejected his the 8 years term, and they said 12. So I don't know there by the courts I don't know how much damage Kat is going to do as a state witness. I do not know. 12 years while he's going to help the state. And again, South Africa, people like Kat Matala, they are not the big five of anything, man. Those are small fishes. Kat is a small fish, man. I think I'm even a bigger fish than Kat. Kat is a small-time criminal that got lucky. Yeah, there are big fishes here in South Africa. Here. We have Israelis here in South Africa. We have English. I heard yesterday there by Madanga, they were talking of the Indian cabal or cartel or something. I'm not saying these people are criminals. I'm just saying we have big fishes here in South Africa. We have big fishes here in South Africa. So again, our media lies to us as well. They're keeping us in check. Our media lies to us. Some of the videos of this undocumented people, I was asking myself if they are true or what, or if they are false. You know, the media. Look at now, it appeared there by the Madanga that some of the journalists are paid to write stories. So there's a sermons from Sunday when you are taught that you need to have an independent mind and make independent decisions. We need to learn. We need to learn so that we are not tricked by people. We need to learn as well, South Africans. We need to educate ourselves. Yes, it is fun here, but we need to learn so that we can build better futures for our children and those that are coming after us. Not for them to struggle. Struggle was in apartheid, man. You know, some people struggled and it is enough. Should not happen again. Should not happen again. Hey, I was on the undocumented people. I see us, we want to party, we want to use drugs. That's all that we want. That's all that we want. Look at a nation like America. America is a nation of... when was it 16 or even 18 something? America is a small nation, man. But look at America. I was showing my colleague America in 1989. 1989, there in New York. South Africa is still not like that in 2026. America. Ish. Yeah, no. At the end of the day, it's every man for himself and God for us all. So it depends on whatever you want to do with your life. Good people, let us meet again soon. We'll meet again soon. But I think I'll be talking about cases of Boket Matlala, Thabo Bester, and these ladies that are unaliving the males. That's what I'm more focused on. I'm more focused on the law. This one of undocumented foreigners, it is just something that I felt that maybe when we don't say nothing, it seems as if we are okay. I'm not okay with people being in our country without documents, because we also go to their countries and we go with documents. We go to their countries with documents. My passport expired. Didn't even take a month before I renewed my passport, because I understand the importance of having a passport. Let me tell you something again. Let me share for you a story. I was going to another country. You know, to pass by the borders going in wasn't nice. That's when it was my first. I felt that when you get to the border, now things are changing. These guys are serious. You'll think that they allowed you to go in. Even going out, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. I stood there by the counter there. Whatever they were checking on their system, they were checking it up until they were convinced that this guy was in here for a year. He renewed his residency. He took another year, and he's living while he's still within the bracket that is supposed to be here in. I'm not laughing with you, those people. I'm not laughing with you. We came back. When we arrived here in South Africa, somebody said, we've been coming through these airports like this. When we arrive in OR Tambo, this is the first airport we find with escalators not working. They're not working here. They've been working. You remember when we were Kakai transiting, it was working. You remember, we get here to South Africa, they are not working, and nobody's even caring about that. Good people, let us meet again. Have a beautiful night.